Hey, so it's been a while. As you guys probably noticed, I sort of pieced out very quickly from Rise. I did like one speedrun and then I dipped because I wasn't a fan of a lot of the features Capcom introduced in that game. That being said, Sunbreak is a lot of fun to play casually. I don't know if I'll speedrun it because it still has a few points I'm not really too happy about. But I just wanted to make this video quickly about a skill that I haven't really seen anyone talk about, and maybe for good reason. It's kind of memey, but I think it could be really useful. The skill is called Bladescale Hone, and this thing is, from what I understand, supposed to replace the Old Seregios weapon gimmick, where in 4U, for example, if you had a melee weapon that came from Seregios and you roll 5 times, you would recover 5 units of sharpness. In this game, it's an armor skill, which means you can use it with any weapon, and the way it functions is significantly different. Instead of just having to just roll, in this game you actually have to iframe an attack using a dodge roll. So no, this doesn't work with any sort of silk binds or switch skills that also do give you iframes. You need to use a base roll. And that's kind of the entire problem, because base rolls got nerfed in Rise and Sunbreak to have the least amount of active iframes of any iteration of Monster Hunter game, I think. So, iframing stuff is hard. A lot of you have probably been wondering why the hell can't I iframe anything. Even roars I used to have no problem with in World and Iceborne, I just can't iframe them at all. Well, that's probably the reason why. And the other thing is that the game has introduced so much counters with extremely high damage attached to them, or silk binds that give you iframes or hyper armor, that there really isn't any benefit in just regular iframes anymore. Which, I mean, personally I think is very sad, because it was a high skill aspect of previous games, but that's that. Now, as to how the skill actually works, well, as the description says, whenever you dodge roll on the attack, you will recover sharpness as long as your weapon is drawn for Blade Masters. For gunners, you either refill ammo or you get a close range coating boost. It only has 3 levels. The proc rate is RNG. However, at level 1, it's already 50%, which is pretty good. This is basically one of those skills which I think is like a 1-point wonder, kind of like Chain Crit, where you get 1 point and the benefits are already so good that you sort of just keep it at level 1. What's really surprising about it, though, is the amount of sharpness it recovers when it procs, something that is not specified in the skill description, and something that we will test out right now. So I'm using the Ibushi switch axe. This thing has 20 natural purple, and I'm going to hit this dummy 20 times to show you that I have 20 purple. There we go. After 20 hits, according to the combo counter, we drop to blue. This is what we expected. Now we're going to try to dodge roll one of the projectiles and proc Bladescale Hone. Hopefully we can get it to proc fast enough. Okay, we got it to proc on the first shot, nice. And if you look at the top bar, my sharpness basically seems to have refilled entirely. So we can test to see if that's actually the case. We're going to hit the dummy again 20 times. And indeed we drop to blue. So what this shows you is that every single time you proc Bladescale Hone, you recover 20 units of sharpness, which is kind of insane if you think about it. Because if you're gonna be fighting stuff in iframing even semi-often, you're basically going to be able to keep yourself topped up or nearly topped up in sharpness. I have a showcase of me using the exhaust switch axe on Nargacuga later in the video, and I just recover so much sharpness by iframing tail slams and random stuff that it's crazy. I probably would have had to like sharpen twice if I had not had the skill in just the first area, just to keep my white, that is, on a switch axe which also has like an immense amount of white, as you'll see later.